me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Yeah. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. I'm talking about vibe with the blue. Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down, but it's loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie, Carter Presents. Welcome to episode 234 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse, which you can find on Spotify. You can also find us on Amazon, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Timbuktu, wherever. And if you do, make sure you don't forget to leave us a rating. Those ratings help us find more listeners like yourself. Full disclosure, before we dive too deep into the proceedings, I do not feel well. I am actually getting over a nasty cold. So please be kind. Please be gentle. That's it. I'm going to let Carter do a lot of the heavy lifting as much as humanly possible, short of actually like controlling the stream, because he can't do that because he's not at my house. Carter, I hand the reins over to you.
You can call me a chicken head, and I can't think anything of it, but I'll be damned if you can call me a chicken cutlet. How are you doing this morning, Blerd Without Fear? I know you are not feeling the best. How are you all doing? Blerd Squad Unite, James Ryan. How are you? Banky Gearlish Mo was in here early. It is 8 a.m. on his side. I would still be in bed. Respawn. How are you? Even though you only show up to those Robo Strange streams, which is that's just egregious. Zombie Mitch is in here.
She's in Australia. It's like nighttime over there.
Have you seen this video of the girl from Euphoria, Sydney Sweeney? She was shooting this new movie that she has coming out, and it's shot in Australia, and something called a huntsman spider was on her. I thought it was CG, but it bit shit out of her for real.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't see it, but like I heard about it. I was like, man, you could be Spider-Woman for real.
That is literally how everyone is saying that she becomes Spider-Woman. I need her costume to have the white eyes. I don't want to look in her eyes. The eye shit don't work for every super suit. The Batman Earth 2, it's somewhat worse, but at the same time it don't, because you can't really that's we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. R. Kelly, how are you? Trip Z, what are you doing? Watching it?
No. I just saw Respawn said it's 4:06 a.m. right now where she's at.
And you okay? So that's a good enough excuse. Take your ass to bed. Go get some water. Matter of fact, this is how you do it, because this remedy never fails. It never fails. You go to the bathroom. If it's 4:06 in the morning, go to the bathroom. Sit on the toilet for a sec. Just think about something, right? Just sit there, kind of lean to the side a little bit, right where your toilet paper is. It just where it's in close proximity. Just lean for a sec, lean for a sec. All right, you will be ready to go back to bed. And then that works for me every time. Today, we're gonna be. What'd you say?
No, it was Dolls okay when she said good afternoon, wonderful Blerd Co family. I hope you feel better, Ernie. Thank you for that. I need that actually.
Nobody ever wishes that I'm better. Y'all just poke fun at me for not getting Thanksgiving food, but we're not going to go there. Today, we all are going to be talking about Carter warm up the vocals for the jingle. You know what? Funny enough, thank you for that, Triple.31. I got you covered. I thought about some things. So if we get to that point, you'll see what I'm talking about. But today, we're going to be talking about Aquaman and the man that everybody wants to be Lobo. We're going to be talking about Aquaman Lost Kingdom spoilers today. It is going to be dropping next week. We will be going to see it. We will be doing a spoiler review and a regular review, and hopefully it's not as bad as the last DC movie we sat through.
What was that, The Flash? That was The Flash, yes. Right? Oh, man.
Yes, it was.
Woo! Honestly, I feel like Warner Brothers should have paid us to go see it.
Facts. So just to get that nasty taste out of our mouths, we're going to be talking about what we think is going to be happening in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Aquaman and the last of the DCU films. We're also going to be talking about some dead X-Men, and I'm going to have even more reasons to be angry that they're going back to that stupid ass mansion. And we will also be talking about Gearless Moda with a super chat saying, "Let's hear it." Okay, 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 fine, fine. Let's see, that's kind of foul to just have that 1999 just cock loaded. But I got y'all. Let's go, Gearless Mode. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Damn.
I got you. 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 I got you.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go.
99 super chat.
Had to record it. Y'all got me fucked up right here.
Hey, look. I had a feeling that's what he was gonna do. I was like, this motherfucker got this shit recorded and ready to roll.
You sure as shit right. So all right, so let me get to it. We're going to be talking about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom predictions this week. We're going to be talking about dead X-Men. We're also going to be talking about the sci-fi shenanigans of one old Dirk McGurk, ODB himself. Yeah, y'all last one expected me to do that. See, you got to stay one step ahead. I play wizard's chess. Now, before we get into the Aquaman of it all, I feel like this is a book that you've been reading and you are a proponent of. I don't mind if they go back to the mansion. I would actually write stories where they were back in the mansion. So you wanna get into this dead X-Men?
Let's go ahead and start off with predictions first. Let's start with predictions. Well, I have everything in like an order.
This is going back to the nerds of culture, where the reason he wants to get that Aquaman shit knocked out real quick, real fast is because I don't really give a fuck about.
I mean, I think I said it. Yeah, I think I said it all there. I really don't give two squirrel farts about Aquaman Lost Kingdom, so we go ahead and knock that out. I mean, look, for those somehow not in the know, basically, Aquaman Lost Kingdom.
Yeah.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's on the way, on the horizon. Comes out on the 20th. I believe. So not really that far away. Comes out on the 20th. And yeah, we'll go see it when it becomes available. But this is James Wan back at the helm and kind of slick. You can kind of tell already trying to make the movie that he wanted to make. The Trench.
Yep.
The Trench was actually supposed to get like a standalone movie. But that never happened. You can kind of tell this is kind of his way to get something close to that.
Okay.
Like you see all these like kind of like Cthulhu Elder God style monsters and weird shit that just weird and unusual creatures. I am gonna go on a limb and say this is, like I said, this is just a this is just me. This is like the lowest hanging of fruit. Yeah. My prediction is this movie is gonna be, with the exception of scenes involving like the Aquaman family, this movie is very much gonna be a horror movie in like kind of like but only in the sense of what Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was. Like it was like I remember so many people used to kept trying to call it a horror movie when in fact it really isn't. It just has some horror movie elements in it, and mostly only by virtue of the fact that Sam Raimi directed.
Yep.
So that is kind of that's kind of where my thought process is on it. I think we're gonna get something kind of similar here with this. These types of creatures and monsters and stuff we're seeing, like they're gonna wind up being like, that's what's gonna push that into or push this movie into that direction. So yeah, that's the one. What you got, Carter? What you got?
So one big prediction for me was it took me a while to watch this film just because I'm one of those people where it's Aquaman, dude. Like it's Aquaman. And I love saying that just because if you ever read the Jeff Johns run of Aquaman, they make it a point to just be on that same bruh, you just Aquaman. And
You
then
talk to fish.
the further you get into that Jeff Johns book, you will for sure start putting respect on his name. So I say that to say my prediction is this is gonna be really just a violation on my part. I predict that the movie will be good.
I mean, yeah,
I think that the reason I'm saying it'll be good is just because the first one I think was good. I really enjoyed that first film, even though it took me a minute to actually watch it. The only reason the first Aquaman got watched, funny enough, was coming back to Memphis to do the cave with you.
Oh, damn.
The flight to come back there for Bishop's wedding, that was playing on the plane. I could have either watched that or Ted Lasso, so I cut on Aquaman.
Damn.
And I was actually really surprised because with James Wan, all I know from him is like a lot of horror stuff, and he actually came out with a statement this week saying that he's ready to get back into the horror vibe, which I personally don't think the motherfucker ever left.
No, he still does horror movies. Like,
that was a very strange interview and a comment saying that he needed to get back in the swing of things, just because I don't know what else he doing other than this. That ain't horror. Hell, even this looks like something.
I'm about to say a new Insidious just came out. Didn't he do Malignant?
I think so.
I mean, technically, Malignant's more of a kung fu movie than anything else, but I mean, you know, take that how you wanna. I mean, I'm not joking. I mean, it is.
You know what? Okay.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm gonna hold my question until after we're done with Aquaman. I'm gonna hold my question.
Oh,
but yeah, you are absolutely right. But that's gonna be one prediction for me. Is just that I will even add a little bit more to it. I think I'm gonna be surprised, just like I was surprised that I enjoyed the first movie as much as I did. I think this one is going to. This will be a much better way to end the DCU as opposed to the Flash.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah, because the Flash, man, dude, that movie was so bad. I actually have watched it again recently, just to show my wife how terrible it was, and yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. It's not a fun movie. It's a very joyless affair, if I do say so myself. But all of that aside, I will say my next prediction for this movie. I think there's already some scenes that imply we're gonna see a character catch it. I know Tamura Morrison, who plays Aquaman's father. Old Boba, the book of Boba. They closing the book on Boba because there's a scene in some of the trailers where it looks like that motherfucker had caught it. But I figure if they're going to show you that, then very clearly it's probably not going to be what people think. There's very likely a swerve in place, and I think that swerve is largely going to lead to Nicole Kidman. Her character catching it, but like there's multiple points in the trailer where like it makes it pretty obvious there's going to be certain things that are going to happen. There's another shot in the trailer. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, Amber Heard is barely in any of the trailers. Like they're always in blink and you will miss it moments.
Oh no, I have noticed that because Twitter won't let you not notice that, because there have been several people that are arguing because they are upset that she's not in the trailer.
Like I know like in the first trailer there's a shot where like they're kind of doing like a pan around Aquaman's house, the little lighthouse. You see her in that, and only because she has that big bright ass red hair. Like you don't like it's not even close up, like it's far the fuck away. Like everybody looks like stick figures damn near. But you can see that big ass, bright ass red hair, and that's it. That's all you see her in that trailer. And then this shot I'm showing right here, this is literally a like if I was playing this for you right now, if you blinked, you would not see her. Like I had to freeze, like I had to do some CSI, like freeze frame, enhance, and shit to get this to show up. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Amber Heard, but I would also not be surprised if she caught it. If she caught it, honestly, it would kind of make sense considering like, cause I remember back when all the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial stuff was going on, there were some, especially since she said she was retiring from acting after all that. I wouldn't be surprised if her character got written off somehow, killed off somehow. I wouldn't. And honestly, they could probably let her stay alive because I mean, honestly, this shit's over anyway. So yeah. I think James Gunn has pretty much said that this isn't a part of the DCU or whatever. That like, I know they kind of made that joke in The Flash that Aquaman looks the same regardless of what universe he's in. So they kind of like hint that maybe this might be a part of it, but I don't know. That's all kind of weird. But I can tell you who a lot of people were hoping, which just says a lot about us as human beings. That baby might not be long for this earth. You can take any person that I said that might catch it, and that's whatever. But this is the one I think a lot of people are expecting because of a certain story arc that happened many moons ago.
That shot,
bruh.
Boy, you know that baby ain't yours. Like,
bruh, look, man,
nothing
you know
wrong.
that.
Shout out to all the stepdads of the world. Shout out to y'all. Ernie, you are one in that group, but you know goddamn well that ain't your baby.
Hey, look, first off, you know that's Ocean Master, baby. That's Ocean Master, baby. Quit. Stop. That baby don't look. Look. You know he the pappy. You know that man is the pappy. That is not Aquaman's baby. Look, I'm looking at this dude right now. And I'm like, nope. That is Ed Warren's baby.
This is why all you audiophiles, shout out to y'all. Shout out to our Spotify, Apple Music listenership. This is why you all should come watch us live. Then you can see what we talking about. He's saying Ocean Master. Hell, I would go even further and say she probably got broke off by Sports Master. That's Sports Master, baby.
Man, dude, how nasty would that have been? Could you imagine how nasty that would have been? Like, you find out, like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean baby's not mine? This is my kid. It's like all of a sudden Sports Master show up with that goddamn hockey mask and some and motherfucking umpires. What the fuck they call it? The chest plate that the umpire wears. Ugh, man, get out of here with that. No.
As a hero, how mad would you be that your lady got broke off by not Casey Jones? Like,
bruh, bruh. I gotta admit, though, if there was ever one time that I actually thought someone captured what I felt was the essence of Sportsmaster, it was on that Stargirl TV show.
Okay.
Because that motherfucker was out of pocket. That motherfucker was beating folks' ass with baseballs. I was like, God damn, this dude's a menace.
I mean, you can really tell that baby's not his. The baby ain't got the tan. The baby ain't got none of the baby ain't got none of the tattoos on him. You know that baby ain't.
The face of the tattoos. Well, okay, I will say this. In defense of Jason Mimosas, as a person who has a biracial child,
yes,
when Cersei was born, literally, I'm talking like fresh out the womb.
Mhm.
She did not look like the color she is now is not the color she was. She actually was like light, bright, and 2 shades from white. Like there was a couple of moments I had to look at my wife and be like, "The fuck." I was like, that baby is white as hell. Baby came out looking like Kid from Kid and Play.
Mm.
Now, that said, as she's gotten older, she's become much more, like, she's not, like, super dark or nothing, but, like, she's a lot more brown than what she originally was. So I could almost make an argument that maybe the little baby gonna get some color, but it ain't gonna matter because the baby ain't gonna get no color because the baby gonna catch it. The baby gonna catch it before they can get a little color in them. So, because your boy Black Manta is out here. Dr. Manhattan says he wants to kill a baby. And if he wants to kill a baby, that's exactly what he is going to do because you can't stop him. He is Dr. Manhattan. Look at him. His eyes are glowing green. I mean, he's supposed to be blue, but he's Dr. Manhattan. He can do whatever he wants. So right now,
he got the Kryptonian Green Lantern.
Right?
Right in his hand, right there, like a stick made of willpower and kryptonite. That's what he holding in there.
Yeah, like honestly, all bullshit aside, I feel like a huge opportunity was missed to cast this man as Jon Stewart. But I mean, this dude, like, look at him, look at this guy, man. He's a whole problem out here in these streets. Look at him.
Do you have any predictions when it pertains to Black Manta, or just like since you watched the first movie as well? How did you feel about his portrayal of Black Manta?
I felt like they should have saved him for another movie.
Okay,
because it was one of those deals they did where I felt like he was shoehorned in. Like, you see him at the beginning. He's not Black Manta yet. He watches his pappy get clapped. And then he kind of like goes on this journey of revenge. I feel like the first movie should have did one of two things. They should have either just made him the villain of the movie, like just the sole villain of the movie, and put that Ocean Master shit on the back burner, or they should have only used him. They should have only used that the incident with his father in the first movie, and don't try to bring him back again later in the movie. Like, have this be where he comes back. Like, give him some time to get his experience points up, so he can roll over on so he can roll Aquaman. But yeah, that was kind of my thing with Black Manta in that first movie. I felt like they were trying to do too much by having him there. Like, I love to see a brother work, but I feel like the pacing of the movie just, because I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the first movie, I smooth fell asleep in the middle of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. In the theater, I was out cold. I think I don't know. The movie got real boring to me. It was like, I felt like the movie has a good first act, a good third act. I thought the second act of the movie was kind of weak. Like, I woke up just in time to see Aquaman and Black Manta fight again, and that was it. So yeah, but that's just me.
See, I thought he was too goofy in that one. Like, it didn't seem like that was Black Manta. Like, it seemed like actually what it was. That was him trying to be like his dad. It was you're putting your dad's shoes on, and you're trying to put his suit on when you're like 3 years old because you want to be a businessman like Pops. Like, that's what that shit felt like to me.
Yeah, like
he was too goofy to me. It was a little bit too extra to where when he did get serious, I didn't take him serious. And the trailers that we've seen for The Lost Kingdom are really trying to push that this is not the Black Manta from that first film. He got some time in, he got a big ass scar on him and things like that. So I'm really, really hoping I'm gonna, so this prediction of mine is just gonna be that Sportsmaster is going to be more so the sport, or not Sportsmaster. See,
look, we got you.
I think Black Manta in this one is going to be a lot more on his shit, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
It's sad that it's going to be the last time.
look, he finally going to act like he just watched his dad die.
Right? Right? It doesn't look like one of these old like 80s, 90s like Ferris Bueller. I'm gonna tell you what really turned me off from the whole thing. Him fucking with that helmet and then he almost blew his head off
Yeah,
trying to get all that shit figured.
I
Like that
remember
was
that
so
shit.
just like
Like here, it looks like he's actually got his shit together. Like he looks like. Also, did you notice they slimmed the helmet down?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, the helmet's not as big as it was in the first movie. Like they actually, which I will say, I actually thought that was cool because I was like, dude, they actually leaned into the big ass helmet. But like in this one, you can kind of look at it and tell like it's not like super small, but it's not like as big as it was in the previous movie. Like it's actually like it's like slightly smaller, if only by like a little bit.
How Injustice got it better than you? Because his helmet in Injustice 2 is big as shit.
Right? Like, dude, that motherfucker is motherfucking like he headbutts you with that helmet, it is over.
But yeah, I'm predicting that he's gonna turn up through the entirety of this movie, especially if he's trying to kill it, especially if he's trying to murk a baby around here.
Yeah.
So and plus I'm really hoping that that's the case. I don't leave all that goofy shit that Black Manta did in the first film. This second film, several years have passed since everything that happened. I don't know where, and I don't know if you would think that it particularly matters anymore, but I don't know where this film was supposed to take place. Like after what movie or what show and things like that. So I'm hoping that a lot of time moved on to where this is going to be tried and true. But I'm predicting that.
It has to at least be a couple of years after the first one, because even though technically the first movie came out like a while ago, I feel like it has to take place at least 2 or 3 years after the fact, because I mean, I know Atlantean DNA is supposed to be different from humans, but I mean, I imagine the baby had to sit in somebody's stomach for like at least, a little while. I would imagine that for that baby to be like the age that it is, there has to be like at least a couple of years somewhere in there.
We got a comment in the chat real quick. That was evil though. Aquaman not helping him save his father. Batman did it. I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you. And I think what a lot of people forget is like, he was at no point a good person. Black Manta or his dad, these were pirates.
Yeah, they were pirates.
They were bad people.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't they kill people like taking over that submarine?
On that submarine, yes.
I'm about to say, man, fuck that dude's daddy. I mean, I like old boy as an actor, but goddamn, I mean, he was fucking up. Yeah, he was out here fucking up. He got to go.
Yeah, but that's what I'm predicting for sure, is that Black Manta is going to be on 10 for the duration of this, more than likely, because it's a current superhero movie over 2 hours that we have to sit through. I'm just assuming every superhero movie is just going to be over 2 hours now.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually looking this shit up now because I want to know. Like, I actually want to know, like, how long this shit's gonna be.
How long I got to be sitting?
This motherfucker gonna be 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah. 2 hours and 4 minutes. So yeah, it's which man. I think the first one was 2.5, wasn't it? First one was like 2.5, I think.
Okay. See, I'm not that mad just because the first one, it was enjoyable. It was one of the few enjoyable, like, all around DC movies. So I don't mind it. I don't mind 2 hours for this. The length of time for that Black Adam, that was rough. So yeah, I don't mind it. Just off the strength of the first film and it just being fun, and I don't mind it. Did you have any more predictions?
I mean, honestly, the only thing I'll probably say is Black Manta is probably, like, I don't think he's gonna catch it from Aquaman.
You gonna catch it from the baby?
No, I think he's gonna catch it from this motherfucker. Because they kind of imply that, like, he's like everything that he's doing, he has that trident and shit. It's the same trident that this motherfucker had. And I have a feeling that motherfucker's going to, like, because I think some of the scenes they show him is like flashbacks to, like, the past. I have a feeling that motherfucker's going to come back and he going to take that staff back from Black Manta and break him off.
How would y'all feel if Mira was the one to do it? because you just tried to kill my baby. And even though I'm not in any of these trailers, I probably have a very large presence in the film. I just don't want the trailers to let y'all know that.
Right.
Then y'all would complain and bitch.
Y'all
and
gonna
whine and
boycott
not
the
buy
movie?
tickets. Hell yeah! So
I mean,
what
this
if Mira did it?
like this right here. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I thought of when I saw her trying to break this glass, I was like, "How much you want to bet that baby on the other side of that glass, like just suffocating?" Man, that would be terrible. Which I guess, to be fair, technically probably would not be a thing because we see the baby like out in the open air a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They may be going a different direction, but I will definitely say Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Not quite the main man, but he's I don't know, man. As much as I'm like interested in the DCU that James Gunn is putting together,
yeah,
I'm already kind of tired of it. Like, just because everyone is speculating so much about what he's going to do that now I don't care. Like, I don't, like, until he says, like, case in point, we talked about, you and I talked about this. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? We talked about how Nicholas Hoult was going to be playing Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Which turns out to be true. It took James Gunn like 2 weeks to come out and confirm it. But yeah, it was one of those deals. I assume that everything they have like a certain amount of time that they want things to be announced in. So yeah, that's whatever. But I just thought it was hilarious because it was like, man, wouldn't that be funny if like that motherfucker let that shit go for 2 weeks? That Nicholas Hoult was Lex Luthor, and then like 2 weeks later, he's just like, yeah, that's not true.
What I want is for him not to confirm anything.
Yeah.
Like this is what I would like Hollywood to do less of, is just stop confirming it, stop denying it, let all these people run rampant with all these wild things that they say that they done heard from somebody that's big over there. They work in the print department and they told me that this person got cast for this. I would much rather they don't say anything and then just a trailer drops and all those people that had all those different things that they were thinking were wrong. Because I want to see how they would backpedal.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't ever want him to confirm anything as being true.
Yep.
But I would be perfectly okay with him just saying, kind of like how he has been doing, like that's not true. Like if he said something wasn't true, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But like
that's
as
fine.
far as like confirming something that is true, yeah, I would rather him just not say anything.
Yeah, like wait for a movie trailer, or like we used to get, like the cast is like nobody saying anything. He's just saying this is not true, and then fucking Entertainment Weekly comes out, and then we finally see the whole cast for the first time.
Right,
something like that. That would be cool. Or we wait for the trailer to come out. Thank you to Chi-Town Dan for the $2 donating to the NyQuil fund.
Thank you. Yeah, the NyQuil is actually what's keeping me alive right now. I did almost fuck around and take the PM, so I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't be good to y'all at all. Like I would.
Oh boy, you be drooling enough, kind of.
Oh yeah,
you know what? We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. Sylvester Samurai have to go handle some family business, so I see you gentlemen later. Carter, let's hear that tone one more time. Well, Sylvester the Samurai, thank you for the
10.99 super chat.
I don't like that you dance right there. So, but thank you for that super chat. We got Malik Young giving a Little Caesar hot and ready for you and me, Ernie, with a 10, saying, "Hola, Blerd Coins. We doing Aquaman predictions. Are you not listening? That's what we doing." Man, what's the point? It's Aquaman and it's Snyder Aquaman, so it can't be better than mid anyway. That sounds like hate. Oh, well, slow news week. Keep it plus ultra, y'all. I think Aquaman was one of the better.
Yeah, it was actually.
So, yeah, I think you just coming from a place of hate, because rightfully so, because some of them Snyder fans are just, even today, are just wild goofballs. But
Yeah,
Let's
no, they
get
are.
over to, okay, Jamal Simmons just felt the need to be selfish and just wanted to give you a little Caesar hot and ready. Just gave you a 5 and said, wish you, Blerd, and Carter a Merry Christmas. Thank you. I got a Merry Christmas and you got a hot and ready. Ain't that a bitch? I didn't even get crazy bread. And Happy New Year 2024. It is almost 2024. This year
yeah.
flew by. And
Dude.
then
Like,
then
for
we got-
real.
for real, dog. Like, my goodness, it's already like I'm already 35 now. My birthday didn't already passed. Your birthday didn't already passed.
Look.
It seemed like this year's been quick. But not the good kind of quick.
No, this shit crept up.
Real. And then just to close things out, Go Country's baby's father also felt like being selfish and just getting you some little Caesars with the 5, saying from a 90s baby to an 80s baby, how do you spice up your top ramen noodles? Because I spread hot sauce on them and I'm thinking about adding more to it.
You know, I'll tell you what I used to do. And still do sometimes. I don't eat as much ramen anymore because, like, unless I like go out somewhere and it's like gourmet ramen or whatever. But like at home ramen, what I would do is I would get like smoked sausages and cook those, chop them up, and put them in the ramen. And I have a seasoning. I think I've talked about it before, like the
your bullshit.
Yeah.
What was it called? Was it bullshit?
It was bullshit, chicken shit.
Okay.
There's special shit, all shit, no shit. I forget the other one. But I use either the special shit, which is just good for anything, or I use the all shit, which is like the spicy one.
Okay.
That's what I do. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. Oh yeah, he said blur bougie now. I mean, look, okay, so we have a place here in Memphis called Crazy Noodle, and there's a couple other places kind of like this too. I think Rumbata, and there's the Kami Palace and stuff like that, where you can go like get like legit ass fucking ramen,
Yeah,
curry, and all that shit.
Yeah, we got a place right around the corner from me that has that. One thing I used to do with my ramen. Now, you had to spend more money than just the ramen. But what I used to do was gonna be the chicken top ramen, some KFC chicken tenders. You cut those up, you put those in there with it, and lemon. Like just you cut it, you just squeeze a lemon.
Oh, boiled eggs. That's another good one. Boiled eggs is good.
Yeah.
Dude, the place I was talking about just a second ago, Kami Palace, that's kind of like you were talking about like the chicken tenders and stuff.
Yeah.
They do that. Or not the exact same thing, but like what they do is they'll give you like a fried like chicken breast, and they'll chop it up and put it in the curry ramen. And it's fucking delicious. Let's see what we got. Fabric with the $2 super chat here says Black Manta, aka Candyman, is going to kill everyone. God damn. I mean, he is the Candyman. That said, ooh, brown sugar. I don't think I've ever tried brown sugar on
I don't think I want to put sugar in noodles, period.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna say, I think that's it for.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one 100% because, full disclosure, I wound up not reading this because I just did not feel well, and I would rather not look like an idiot trying to talk about something I have not read.
Because I had just recently watched the Lost Kingdom trailer, it put me in an Aquaman mood. And I am currently reading, even though I haven't read the new issue that came out this week, of a Batman Black Label book that's written and drawn by Christian Ward. I saw that this Batman book he's doing is going to be 3 issues, but he's been, I guess you could say, shilling since that's a word everybody wants to use nowadays, that apparently Ernie's a comic shill.
Yeah, apparently.
I started reading Aquaman Andromeda. This is a 3-issue series from Ram V and Christian Ward. As you can see, it's a Black Label book. And the easiest way to describe this is a beautifully drawn horror movie. Since we were talking about horror movies and James Wan and stuff like that earlier. This is a beautifully drawn horror movie that Aquaman is just finding himself in. We have a military team of people that find something deep under the ocean. And just like people tend to do in these situations, they got nosy. And bodies start to drop, backstories start getting explained, and shenanigans ensued with Aquaman in the middle of it. I think that this was a really fun, different story, you know, because I gotta say, this is just another book from DC Black Label that I really truly enjoyed. Now it's not beating the Genuine Article around here, you know, it's not beating that, but I do like the different out there artists get to like leave it's all on the page kind of books that Black Label has been doing. So I would actually, now it's not as good at that Wonder Woman Dead Earth, but I would buy this. I would recommend you all read it as well. I don't want to get too spoilery with it because the book it's only 3 issues, y'all. But those are really solid issues, and the other characters are actually really interesting, which is what you see in movies like this, where all this chaos is going on, all these shenanigans are going on, and you've seen movies like this to where all this madness is happening, and then we got to go to a backstory real quick, and then we come back to the shenanigans. Same rules apply. So, but with these characters, it's actually very interesting, and you can see the writing on the wall of where certain characters are going to end up, but you're also going to be surprised. But it was still a really, really fun story. That Black Manta cover on the 2nd issue, I agree with Fabric 86, was fire. The cover to that 2nd issue with Black Manta, who also is in this book, I wish that the Black Manta we see in Lost Kingdom is going to be like the Black Manta, and that cover is so smooth because you can tell he's underwater with the boat. Christian Ward was doing this thing with that.
Yeah, he was for real on this.
But yeah, Black Manta was serious business for the issue that he is in, because this is somebody who is not playing. He will tell you whatever he needs to hear, and this Black Manta I like. So I'm hoping we get this Black Manta in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. But man, just a really, really fun book, which was really surprising because I was more so reading it because you all know I have been on my art kick as of recent. I was reading this book for no other reason than Christian Ward's art, because the one memory that I have with Ram V currently, I know I've read several of the books that individual has done, but the one memory that sticks out to me right now is, I didn't like any of his Venom stuff. I didn't like a lot of his Venom, so I don't know if I'm gonna like any of this. Couldn't be further from the truth. This shit was great. These were 3 issues of well done heat.
I must say, didn't Ram V do one of the recent Swamp Thing?
Yes.
Yeah, he did what was it? Swamp Thing. I don't think it was like a Black Label, but it was like,
no, it wasn't Black Label. That was Jeff Lemire. That was Green Hell. Yeah, that was Green Hell. I think he did though. I think he did.
Yeah, he did. He did Swamp Thing. Apparently he did some Catwoman.
Okay.
Oh, I know what it is.
What's that?
The recent Carnage series.
Okay.
Which I actually thought was pretty cool. It's yeah.
I didn't know he did Catwoman. I need a good Catwoman book. I have not had a good Catwoman book since New 52.
So I know we've talked some shit in the past about Teenie Howard's Excalibur series.
Yeah.
I will definitely say I was in the same boat as you were with Ram V when it pertains to whether or not you would like Aquaman Andromeda. I was the same way when I was like, man, let me see what this Catwoman is all about. Her Catwoman is fantastic. Her Catwoman is great.
Now,
yeah.
Here's the thing with that. And you got people in the chat saying that Ram V Swamp Thing was fire, and apparently Ed Boy in the Cut been telling me to read that for at least 2 years now. Word? I will look into that. I will look into that. But here's the thing with that Catwoman though.
Mm-hmm.
The Catwoman that I like from the New 52 was not the beginning of it, because the beginning of it was thirsty nonsense. There came a point where it switched writers, and it became basically a mob story. It's almost like fucking Sopranos or something like that, because she wasn't really Catwoman. She finds out who her dad is, and she pretty much just starts running crime, and like she's up there with like the Falcones and things like that.
Yeah.
While someone else is Catwoman that she's talking to while she's doing the mob stuff. That part of her New 52 run was heat.
Yeah,
and it was around the time, if any of you all want to try to look this up, I cannot remember the issue for the life of me, but look up when James Gordon was Batman, because he had a couple of issues interacting with her. I think it was something Valentine. I cannot remember this person's name that wrote it, but yeah, that was some fire Catwoman. But just to get back to Aquaman Andromeda, one of the first things that popped into my head was like Event Horizon. That was one that popped into my head. What was the name of that space movie with James? The Supernova. That was another thing that popped into my head.
Yeah.
Supernova for sure popped into my head when I was reading Aquaman Andromeda. So just think think Supernova with Aquaman in it, and you'll have 3 issues of just really fun storytelling and really, really beautiful art. We got 100 bomb, not even the 99.99. Fearless Mo just went ahead and said, fuck it, I'm putting the penny on it. Get well soon, Blair Without Fear. Great hosting, Carter. Thank you. Gotta go adult today, but we'll catch the stream later. Get those likes up. I almost hit my table, but I don't trust the sturdiness of this table. Get them likes up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that.
Get them likes up expeditiously, and thank you for Ernie for the get well soon, and appreciate you telling me I'm a great host. I am a great host, actually, when I want to be. What should we delve into next, my brother? I don't know if you want to talk about old Dirk McGurk.
Let's do Dead X-Men. Let's do Dead X-Men. And then we're gonna save old Dirk McGurk for last. We'll save him for last. As let him enjoy his place as the king.
So let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
You sent me this and said, "Hey, this is some stuff that we're going to be talking about."
Mm-hmm.
Just off the fact that the title of this article said that the Dead X-Men put a cap on the Krakoa era, I got mad. I got mad. I don't want anything to put a cap on the Krakoa era. I don't want to go like. I don't want I feel like that David Tennant from Doctor Who. I don't want to go.
Damn.
I don't want to go.
Damn.
But please, my brother, talk about your Dead X-Men.
Okay, so Dead X-Men, for those who are unfamiliar, somehow you are not in the know. Mm-hmm. The Dead X-Men is basically the squad of X-Men. What were they called? What were they called? Like the Astonishing. They were like the new Astonishing X-Men team that got broke off at the Hellfire Gala. Well, this is supposed to be all of the characters that died in that instance, which if for whatever reason you are unfamiliar, the characters in question who did actually legitimately die in that instance, it was Dazzler, Cannonball, Frenzy, Prodigy, and Jubilee. Those were all the characters who like actually legitimately died in that instance. And here I'll even pull it up just so you can relive that nightmare again.
I don't know why would you do that?
I'm a bad man, man. I'm a bad man. I'm a very bad man.
Don't say that, because then we got to play the Rikishi theme song when he was a heel. When he was talking about he was bad.
Oh my god, I still remember that shit too. I'm a bad man, doing bad. I was like, oh my god.
I feel so nasty because I bought that WWE the music specifically for that song, because I made that song my house voicemail for a while.
Oh damn. Damn. Dude, see, the sad part is I still remember John Cena had a song like that too. It was like, I'm a bad man. I was like, oh,
I remember that. I remember that.
Oh, he thinks he's bad. But no, the dead X-Men. Now I think I talked about this a lot when I was doing my coverage for Dark X-Men. And for those who are unfamiliar, I talked a great deal about how the stuff that was going on with Havoc. I was like, oh, I wonder if this is going to factor into how these characters come like back into to play. Because for those who are unfamiliar, in Dark X-Men, Havoc pretty much died. He caught it. He was stabbed in the throat by the cybernetic clone of Wolverine known as Albert. And here, I'm gonna pull this up just so I can refresh some memories.
I like the fact that he got his throat cut, and every subsequent issue, if you know how to, you could tell like the way it was written and the way that the art was structured. He was talking funny. Because of it. So I like that little tweak. I like that.
Yeah, like all of his speech bubbles, like matter of fact, here's one. Like you look here, like he had like they were more squiggly, kind of like almost like he's speaking with more of a gravelly tone. Yeah. And you can look at his skin. His skin is very like kind of sallow and pale.
You didn't come out of Gold Ball.
No, you can't. Look, you came out that nasty shit. Like you. Well, and then you skip forward a little bit, because I know a lot of people told me I was overthinking it when I said what was going on with Havoc. But then you get to I think it's the third issue of Dark X-Men, and you see right here, it's like you look at his arm, and his arm's like all boiled up and bubbly and shit, and it's just like, nah, man, he ain't with us no more. That dude is gone.
Did they ever explain what that was? Because it happened in the last issue.
Nah, they never addressed it. It was never addressed. As a matter of fact, the only thing we ever really see is like right here. You can see like you look at his like how his arms are being stitched back together and shit. Like he's basically a Frankenstein. Like he's not like it's very clear he is not alive like at all.
What issue is that?
That was issue 4.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was issue number 4. But yeah, it's never really addressed for the rest of the plot. And that was kind of what I was thinking, like, oh, maybe that's what happens. Maybe Maddie is the one who brings back these other X-Men. But that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Like basically these X-Men are like, they're going to be brought back. Like, don't get me wrong. They're definitely going to be, brought back, but here, there you go. They're going to be brought back, but maybe not in the same way as some people might be thinking. Like it's probably going to be something that's not as obvious. Going into it, but we got some solicits, and as it turns out, this series, as you mentioned, is going to be dropping on January the 31st. So not that far off, and it's going to kind of tie into the Fall of the House of X, Rise of the Powers of 10, limited joint.
Yeah.
And basically what we get, and the information we like, so anyone who was thinking that this was done out of a response to fan backlash about the Hellfire Gala, I can go ahead and divorce you of that opinion, because this is something that was in development a month before the issue even like hit store shelves. So that much we know. I will say that Steve Fox, while I do feel like he made a bit of an error in something that he said about this team, because he was asked what it was like to put together an X-Men team that doesn't revolve around the main cast of core X-Men characters.
Yeah.
He basically said that everyone on the team, with the exception of Prodigy, has served as a main team or close enough to a main team, which is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure Prodigy's been a core X-Man before. I mean, I guess technically, I guess you could make the argument that he was on the new X-Men series, but I mean, he's a fucking X-Man at that point. But there is, and I guess this is the part I find interesting, because it's not how I expected to go, just based on how all the solicits are laid out. But apparently, he says that there is no elder statesman X-Man here. There's no Cyclops, no Jean, no Logan, or anything like that. But he says that I'd say Frenzy naturally falls into a leader position more than the others, but no one's a slack off on this squad. So like basically, what that is all meant to say is that like if you go into this expecting there to be like a particular character that like your Gambit, or whatever, like there's none of that. Like all these people are going to be about business. And I'm here for it. I like it. I like the look of it. I can rock with it. All the characters involved in this, I think you got a lot of good wiggle room to play with. Now, as far as the rest of it goes, when talking about how all this comes into play, so basically, Steve Fox just talks about how, like, because Resurrection isn't exactly just popping off like it used to. So for those of you who may or may not remember, during the Hellfire Gala, the mutants went to the portal, or to the Krakoan Gate, and supposedly, a lot of people initially just thought all those mutants were dead. That's not the case. They're in the white hot room. They are all chilling. The 5 who initially were separated are now back together. So technically, your Resurrection is kind of in a roundabout way back, but because they're separated from everyone else, that doesn't do anyone any favors who are outside of the white hot room, which I'm kind of hoping we get some more information on here shortly. But he says that as far as like how all this plays out, how all of this is supposed to, like, I guess, naturally unfold. I don't know. Like, he plays pretty coy with it, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that, if they are like, resurrected, it's probably going to be through some means or methods that you wouldn't consider normal for House of X. Like, I don't think it's going to be the 5, like, bringing them back. I mean, if they do, cool. But, yeah, I don't know. I got a feeling that that's not going to be how it plays out. And as far as the rest goes, I know there's a shot that we see, and this is actually the one that had me the most intrigued. I don't know if you saw this, Carter. We get to see Abigail Brand for the first time in a while.
Oh, God.
In this. For those that don't remember, the last time we saw Abigail Brand was in X-Men Red, when she was taken into custody by the Fisher King. I don't know how she plays into this. I don't know how she factors into this, but I'm going to go on a limb and say that whatever is going on with her, it's something that very likely because of things that just recently happened in X-Men Red that the Fisher King is now dead. Maybe that has something to do with it. But she seems to have the characters was it Blink as well as I'm going to go on a limb and say that might be random in the background. Not 100% sure on that. The paleness of skin makes me think that it's random.
Oh, I thought you just meant that was a random ass outfit he was wearing. Okay.
Oh, no. The actual character random. And what kind of looks like Red Root on fire, which for those who don't know, Sunfire had recently bonded with Red Root. So the fact that this is Red Root on fire would kind of make some sense there.
Ask because I thought, is he off of him now? I thought that couldn't work because I remember Apocalypse tried something. Yeah,
he tried to separate. Yeah, it was like I think, or so Sunfire had pulled Red Root out of himself, but then like that was when Apocalypse showed up. So and he's been wearing like robes and shit, so it's hard to tell like what Apocalypse actually did to him. But I'm sure we'll find all that out. I'm not sure who the other one is. I don't know if that's like supposed to be Armor or somebody else, but it all looks like characters for the most part who were a part of Sword. Okay. Which that would make some modicum of sense. Maybe. I don't know.
I am kind of sad seeing Abigail Brand because I was really hoping that Fisher King just dealt with that, because that's what it seemed like he was doing, was that he was dealing with that problem. He was just going, I'm going to handle this so they don't have to. And even though we are on the subject of dead X, well, no, this is actually keeping in line with dead X-Men. I'm sad my boy Fisher King is gone, man.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm sad. I like that character when I started reading X-Men Red. The Fisher King was cold because he was in a what's the best? He didn't have none.
No,
but he still commanded respect, and wish a motherfucker would, and they knew not to play with him. That's cold.
Yeah, like it's sad. It's definitely sad. I wasn't terribly crazy about the choice. The only good thing about it was that like you knew he was basically just kind of fighting the good fight because he knew he had to. Yeah. And eventually he gets to the point where he's like, man, look, I'm just trying to help my people.
You know what it was? It was the issue where where it was mostly Fisher King and just Magneto just talking.
Yeah, that
issue sold me on the Fisher King. I like that. Yeah, this is my dog for the rest of this book.
Oh no, I liked it. I liked it. And of course, the issue after that where everyone's trying to I think they're getting attacked by those automatons. Yeah. That Orbis Stellaris has sent after them. And I was like, man, when he basically told those folks, he was just calling out orders, and everybody was like, all right, yeah, we'll do that. And I was like, man, look at this dude out here. It always made me wonder in the back of my head if he did have an actual mutant power, but it was one of those kind of like how his daughter, Weaponless Jen, she has, his whole thing, her name, being weaponless. It's like, oh, she doesn't have a mutant power. So that's why, a lot of the time when he kept talking about how he didn't have a mutant weapon, I actually wondered if he did actually have a mutant power, but it wasn't one that could be used in such a way.
It was there. It was respect.
No, that's what it was. It's like that motherfucker. His mutant power was you gonna respect his name. You gonna put some respect on him. Man,
his mutant ability was literally put some respect on it.
Could you imagine if that's your power, somebody would nobody fuck with you? Just be like, man, look, man, leave that man alone, dude. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm gonna leave him alone. But
yeah,
I don't know why I'm gonna leave him alone, but I ain't gonna fuck with him. No, but no, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with this because of all the characters they have involved in the story arc. Some of them I'm interested in, some of them I'm not. And actually, now that I'm looking at this one panel, that is random. You can see it in his arm. Random always makes those like bio blasters out of his arm. So yeah, that is random. But yeah, I like here's what I was, now I'm gonna tell you what I was actually hoping for. When they actually made the announcement they were going to bring back the dead X-Men, all the characters that got killed off the Hellfire Gala, I was actually kind of partially hoping that they were going to just make them the dead X-Men, cool. But I was hoping they would actually get a book that was legitimately just them picking up from where they left off, like actually getting to be the X-Men squad going forward. That was kind of like what I was, hoping for in all this, is like, hey, just go ahead and get all these characters together. Boom, that's your X-Men. Like, cause I was like, dude, that's actually kind of a fire ass squad you got right there. It's got a lot of representation. It's got a lot of cool characters, like people that, have technically been X-Men, before, but, at the same time, it's like,
it was so different that it was interesting.
Yeah. Like I would have read that book. I would have read that book. But that said, it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. I will also go on a limb and say that whatever happens next with this, I know you mentioned earlier that you're concerned about the status quo being put back into play, which I think that's a fair assessment of the situation. I mean, we've been at this a while. There's only, I guess, could they have done more with the House of X here? I feel like if Hickman were still around, we'd probably still just be like scratching the surface of it, which is why I'm honestly kind of glad he isn't around anymore, because I feel like a lot of those plot elements that he would just have drug out until they were no longer interesting, I feel like that's what would have happened with this. But I also at the same time feel like now, because he's not around, they're just kind of racing to the finish.
Yeah.
And well, I think it's been handled well for the most part. I feel like your Kieran Gillen's, your Jerry Duggins have been doing pretty good with that. I do wonder what's gonna happen with the rest of it. Like,
yeah,
I honestly, I don't even know if it's gonna be like a straight status quo shift. I feel like what's probably gonna wind up happening once all this stuff is wrapped up, I don't even think it's necessarily gonna be just them going back to the mansion. I think they'll be doing something. It just won't be the thing we're used to seeing them do lately. But okay. I don't think. I mean, who knows? Maybe they will go back to the mansion. This has been a while. But I feel like if they go back to the mansion, I would be okay with that. If it was just like, hey, some people went back to the mansion, some people went to go do this over here. Like they decided after all this, they were going to bring back the Dark X-Men and let Madeline Pryor have her squad, like just based out of the Limbo Embassy. I'd be like, okay, cool. That would be awesome. I would love to see more of that. If they decided to have like, if Sync and Talon decided they wanted to, take over the Xavier school, cool. I can live with that. Or heck, I'll do you one better. If, let's say, Charles decided he just wanted to go back to teaching, and like you could maybe have like a New Mutant style book, but that's what's in the school as opposed to an actual X-Men team, I'd be fine with that too. Yeah. But for right now, it's hard to say. It's anybody's guess at this point, but we probably won't know till we're closer to in the middle of House of X Powers of 10-2, because that title is long. It is a long ass title. I'm sorry, but yeah. That said, let's see what we got here. What do we got here?
So there's one thing I want to ask you, because you
Go
brought
ahead,
up
shoot.
So you brought up Malignant earlier.
Yeah.
And how Malignant was basically like you thought it was a horror movie, but it was actually a kung fu movie.
Oh yeah.
So the Magical Order of American Negroes, or whatever the name of that fucking movie is, the trailer came out.
Yeah, I saw it.
And it looked like, okay, we got some kind of magic wizardry stuff for black people. Okay, this could be interesting.
It's basically a parody of Harry Potter with black people.
So I said, okay, that's something got David Allen Greer in it. Okay, it might be interesting. And then the official trailer came. I'm like, oh, it's not that. It's actually just
no.
How you feeling, brother?
I'm not gonna lie. I normally don't read the YouTube comments on other videos. Like if I go to somebody's YouTube video, the last thing I want to do is look at the comments. But this one I actually did, and someone had a comment. It was literally the top comment on the video. Someone said, the first half of this trailer had me really interested in the movie. The second half feels like a completely different movie altogether that I have no interest in seeing. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel the same way. Like when this started off, I was like, yeah, dude, this is kind of cool looking. I feel like all the best parts of it were probably shown in the trailer, but then like when it got to the part where it was like, oh hey, but you gotta help keep your white man happy, which I like. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I realized about this. It wasn't so much magical Negroes in the sense that I think a lot of people were thinking. It was magical Negroes in the sense that I was thinking from the jump. The magical Negro trope in movies and television, which it's where you have what is most likely white characters who are they're the protagonist of the story. They're the people who you follow, and they just so happen to have a black friend. Doesn't matter if it's male or female. And that person is the one who helps them figure their shit out.
Oh, token.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could call it that, but like, it's just a sense of like, oh, this white person would have no clue what to do with themselves if not for their one black friend.
Yeah.
Like this one black friend, like case in point, you ever see The Shining?
Yes.
Same thing. Like that was a literal, actual magical Negro in that movie. But yeah, like it's one of those deals. Jiminy Cricket, magical Negro. You like literally, you are the person who, and to be fair, I can say this: I have been more than my fair share of white people's magical Negro.
Let me find out you got some damn. Let me find out you got some goddamn powers and ain't told me nothing.
I mean, my power is perspective.
Okay. Cool. Fisher brother.
And the Fisher, the Fisher Kang. But no, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, but I was wondering because that's how a lot of people feel right now about that movie. The way you describe Malignant is how everybody is feeling about that movie. And now I have a different feeling of that film, but it's just because I get a lot of people are gonna say what I'm about to say right now is very mean, and I don't know another way to say it. You ever see a movie where you see who's all starring in it, and then there's that one certain actor or actress that you just don't like, so you don't want to watch the movie?
Let me guess, because it might be the same as me.
Okay.
The sister that's in it, the big girl.
Talking about the bald head.
No, not her. The one, the other one with the big hair. I can't stand that woman. I can't.
Oh,
like
wow.
at all.
So,
I have never liked anything with her in it. Like,
okay, so
yeah.
No. It's old boy from Detective Pikachu.
Oh, was it Justice something or other? Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Again, this is gonna sound so mean because just it, and I know you finna get you. I know several of you all might give me flack for it, but I just look at him and I'm like, he ugly. I don't want to watch anything that he in. That's why
This man said he is ugly.
And then when I see what the movie's about, I said, I really don't want to watch this ugly fool here. Because someone on Twitter, because several people laughed at me actually and hit me up in the and hit my DMs about it and followed me on Twitter because somebody said, man,
Justice Smith.
Man, this fucking movie ain't nothing but a Black Mirror episode. I said,
it really is.
No, it is not. It is not a Black Mirror episode because if it was a Black Mirror episode, the white woman that Justice Smith is going after, the twist would be she was actually black the whole time. So he just cost black people all their magical powers for no damn reason. He just got rid of all their powers for no reason. That's a Black Mirror episode.
Oh yeah, no, that is fair. That is fair. Well, because I think, what was it, the woman who he is thirsting after? Was it Ann Lee Bogan?
Okay.
I mean,
ooh,
David
Big Lad in the chat said Batman even had the magical Negro in Batwing, Lucius Fox, and Duke Thomas. Ooh,
yeah,
God,
yeah. Like here's the thing: the magical Negro trope is all over the place. Hell, Tony Stark, he has a magical Negro, Rhodey. Whenever Tony Stark, hell, he got two of them now because he got Riri Williams as well.
I can't stand y'all.
Hell, yeah.
Don't y'all ruin War Machine for me. That was my favorite character.
Hell, Cable, he got a magical Negro now. He got Bishop. That's his magical Negro.
I shouldn't have brought this up. I'm
just saying. No, let's look at some super chats real quick. Jace Davis says with the $2 says, so Apocalypse officially Revelation now? Yes, technically, yes. Though I will say, you could probably use both names interchangeably because technically they're the same thing. Apocalypse in its original Greek definition basically is revelation. You know, so you could honestly say either or, and like it's one of those situations where, like, for me, it's potato. So, let's see.
I gotta hit you with that said.
Yeah, with that said. Let's get back into it. Let's get over to our next thing, and that is Old Dirty Bastard. ODB. Dirt McGirt. He of Wu-Tang Clan fame. He of Oh Baby I Like It Raw. Oh Baby I Like It Raw. He of that. His shimmy yaw and so on is getting a comic book, a graphic novel more specifically, for those not in the know. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know how this is going to play out because it's not the type of comic I think many people are going to expect it to be. Mm-hmm. So what we know about this book, this is going to be by Oni Press. And this is going to be, as far as I'm aware, a crowdfunded graphic novel. And it's going to be titled ODB, Oddities, Discord, and B-Sides. See what they did there? ODB. Oh, and there's actually more to it. Lyrical Ruckus in the City.
Yeah, that's the whole
title. ODB, Oddities, Discord, and B-Sides, Lyrical Ruckus in the City. That is a lot to say. I would rather say the Fall of the House of X and Rise of the Powers of 10 at that point.
Oh, goodness.
It is described as a taunt and turbulent graphic novel. Lyrical Ruckus in the City presents a fictional view of New York City interpreted through the lyrics and art of Old Dirty Bastard himself. Produced alongside management company Four Screens, the OGN enlists creators Troy Jeffrey Allen, Paris Elaine, David Bram, Dojo Gubser, J Hero, Manhouse, Mike Del Mundo. That's actually the first name I've recognized. Jason Pierre, Ike Reed, and David Gordon. God damn. Chris Robinson, Regine Sawyer, Damian Scott, Felipe Sobrero, Ronald Wimberly.
I know that name, Felipe Sobrero. He does a lot of Luther. He did a lot of Luther Strode.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so then there's another one. Ronald Wimberly and more, with the full blessing and authorization of Old Dirty Bastard's estate, including his wife, Iceland Jones.
That's a name. Now, one thing I will say about this book is apparently it's not done in issues. It's a single 112-page graphic novel.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you all what this book is about, and we'll go from there. I want to see what you all think about it. And it goes, in a fractured New York City, an elemental impact event has caused different versions of the city's most infamous neighborhoods from across the multiverse to converge together in a single reality. That means one. Spectral apparitions now haunt the streets of Queens. In the Lower East Side, a rogue artificial intelligence has seized streets. 100 blocks north, time travelers are throwing a block party in Harlem. And that is only the beginning. Our guide through this splintered mutation of New York's past, present, and future is none other than ODB himself. Follow him as he leads us through odd, urgent, and powerful tales that cast freedom and oppression, wealth and poverty, love and loss, and even life and death like so many dice in a cosmic game of chance.
Good Lord. That is a lot.
It sounds like a space version of Tales from the Hood, or like Unsolved Mysteries, but ODB is the host.
Right? Like that's like is it gonna be like some Crypt Keeper shit where like at the beginning of every issue, like he's gonna come out and be like oh baby, I like it raw. Like is that what he's gonna do? Like that's what I'm wondering here. Like
so before anybody in the chat complains, because I see a lot of people like why? Who would you? Here's the thing. If you all could laugh at me and you all could appreciate the unseriousness and hilarity of Ric Flair being turned into the $6 million man to be a secret agent, you all can read sci-fi, artificial intelligence, time traveling shenanigans in New York City with ODB as your host. Wu-Tang.
I will say this. You know what this actually inspires me to do? It inspires me to actually pull up some old like Wu-Tang Clan. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My Wu-Tang Clan is like, there's only like certain like. I'm actually more interested in their individual shit. Like was it Raekwon the Chef? Only built for keeping links.
These are some fire covers. Can you go to that second image on there?
Which one? Is it this one?
No, not that one. That's a dope one too, though. It's
Which
the one with
one?
1990s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't save that one, but here, give me a sec.
Okay.
I'll pull it up. Here
That's a fire cover.
That was the wrong one.
That's Jason Momoa.
Well, that's because
There
like I
you
tried.
go.
It was because I tried to click on it as soon as I added it to the folder, and when I did,
Yeah.
like it shifted and moved to another place. So I clicked on something else.
Boom.
Instead.
For anyone that's saying like, why would you do this? Who wants to read Wu-Tang Clan? Edward Nigma in the chat. Remember the Wu-Tang Clan, the Legends of the Nine Rings comic books? So this ain't the first time they've jumped into this realm. So
No, not at all.
So you gotta read and research before you say some of the shit that y'all say. But this cover is fire.
I mean, I'm interested. I mean, I'm like, look, I'll put it this way. I've seen dumber shit turned into a comic. So, I mean, you know, if there was like, if I had to pick of all the things that you can make a comic book about, I think Wu-Tang Clan would be the least dumb thing. I mean, yeah, it's a story that is, going to be a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of horror, a little bit of like, real life, whatever. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I mean, and if you're doing it as like a tribute to ODB, and it sounds like it's coming from a good place. Doesn't sound like anyone just trying to cash in on it. First off, I don't think you can really cash in on ODB's name, considering the fact that like it's not like he's in the public zeitgeist right now. The guy's been dead for some years. I don't think his name has the same like cachet that it today as it had back then. So, I mean, and if his estate signed off on it, then
Yeah, apparently his wife is actually in this article saying that it combines the essence of my husband like I've never seen before. He was and is an inspiration to my family, children, and fans across the world. It's been such a pleasure to see this book come to life. So if it's his wife signing off, and who's gonna know that man better than somebody who has shared life with him, they brought life into this world because of him. So who would know him better than her?
right.
So if she's someone who is signing off on this, I mean, absolutely, it's worth more than a chance. And I think you all have spent your money on things before that you weren't too sure about, and they fucking surprised you. So this could very easily just be on that list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I'll also go ahead and say too that here's something I hadn't thought about. It's been almost 20 years since he died.
21, because the year is about to end soon. So
Yeah,
Lord,
well, yeah, no,
we
exactly.
Old, dog. We old.
Ooh,
we
man,
old.
we washed. We
We
washed.
old. No, Trent, I was not joking about Ric Flair. That was a comic I recommended a couple Blerd Caves ago.
No, that's for real. That was a real thing that happened. It was a real thing that happened. Let's move on along. I think we can go ahead and jump into our recommendations for the week. Carter, what is your recommendation? For this week?
I'm recommending that you tell everybody what you're recommending this week.
This fool. This fool. Okay. Well, you know what? I guess you know what? Fine. I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy then. So what I'm going to be recommending this week is a podcast that Carter had drawn my attention to that I'd never heard of before, and that is Run Fool. I actually ended up listening to like several episodes of this podcast after you told me about but basically to give you the background on this, Rodney Barnes, who, for those of you who do not know, Rodney Barnes is the writer of Philadelphia, as well as Nita Hawes' Nightmare blog. And this is a podcast that he narrates. It's basically weird stories that kind of border on like the supernatural. And I guess without going too deep into it, like case in point, I think the episode in question, the one that I was recommended to by Carter, was an episode that was about Voodoo Village, which is an actual place in Memphis, like where I live and where he's from. And I listened to that episode, and like I kind of like I wasn't sure where he was going to go with it, but I was very happy that he went the direction that he went, because if you live in Memphis, if you've been around long enough, you know what Voodoo Village is, and you know the truth about it, I would hope. And I actually appreciated that he didn't like try to sensationalize it in the way that people usually try to. And that's all I'll really say. I don't want to spoil how it goes, but I listened to several other episodes, and they were all good. And they're short, by normal podcast standards. They're like anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes long, maybe a little over that, if that. But yeah, I highly recommend it. He is a great narrator. He's also got a really like I've listened to Rodney Barnes in interviews and stuff before, seen him on interviews before, and he always kind of seemed like pretty cool, pretty chill cat. But like, yeah, it's more of that, but just in a podcast setting. So I was very pleased with it. So, now, do you have a recommendation?
Man, honestly, because this was some news that hit, I did not expect you to give me the one, you sicko.
I hit the wrong button.
My recommendation this week, just because of some sad news that Ernie and I got about a certain actor that he and I were fans of. So let me start this off by just saying rest in peace, Andre Braugher. 61 years young. I'm gonna recommend everybody go on YouTube and look up some clips from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, specifically with his character, Captain Raymond Holt. No nonsense, super anal about everything, super serious, does not play any games. Like his character. So backstory: I knew of Andre Braugher from a very old cop show called Homicide: Life on the Street. 'Cause I grew up in a house with no cable, so this was what I saw was that brother on NBC, and they would have crossovers with Law and Order and LA Law, which was the first time I had ever just thought that two TV shows on a network could coexist at the same time. The shit was outrageous to me back then. So that's how I knew of that actor. But when people told me that he was back doing cop shows, and then they said it was a fucking cop show with Andy Samberg, I'm just like, ew. And then I watched compilations of just his character, which then made me want to watch actual episodes. I would just recommend you all just watch the clips with him in it, and you are going to crack up just because of his character. One of my favorite scenes with that brother is him trying to seduce an older white lady. And it was funny for two reasons. One, because on the show his character is gay, but it was just the way he proceeded to spit game and woo this lady. It's so stupid. But it was funny because I have done that shit before. You don't give no. I wish we could show that scene, but like, if anything, I'll find it and I'll put it in the fucking chat. But yeah, I'm recommending you all go look up some compilations because that's the most recent thing that he's done. Brooklyn Nine-Nine ended not too long ago, but yeah, just look up some scenes with Captain Raymond Holt on YouTube and just prepare to crack up because you're going to laugh. Let's laugh. You know, let's not be sad that he passed. Let's laugh at the things that he has given us, and he gave us a fucking hilarious character in Captain Raymond Holt.
100%. 100%. Oh man, I'm still kind of in disbelief.
Right?
Still kind of in disbelief of that. Like, just like, man, it was such a just random bit of news to get. Like, just out of nowhere. Like, it was just like, bruh. Also, do you know what I forgot? I forgot that motherfucker was in the mist. I forgot about that.
I forgot it too. Because mostly I think about the ending and it just pisses me off again. So I try not to think about the mist. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in that.
Patience is a thing. Ooh, but no, in all seriousness though. Let's jump into our next. We're actually kind of rolling pretty fast. I'm actually quite grateful for it. I tell you what, since we do have a little bit of time, I will say some of you may remember a ways back. It was about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I actually probably closer to like a month ago. I was promoting a charity stream on the show, and that show did not happen. Now, the reasoning behind that was because I say we, not we, but because I was here at the time that was going on. But my homies from Nerd 901, they ran into some technical difficulties with the stream. The neighborhood that it was going to be happening in got hit with an Xfinity outage that lasted most of the day. So there was no way to stream or do anything really. So we had to cancel the stream. So that's why if you ended up going to their Twitch channel, there was nothing there. That said, it is actually going to, the reschedule is for tomorrow. So, I full disclosure, because I don't feel well, and I know for a fact that what I have is contagious, because my wife just recently got what I got, and I would rather not pass it along to anyone else. That is, that's just, common courtesy. But they will be doing the stream tomorrow. This will be all of the same place, twitch.tv/nerd901. All of it's going to be going down there. You can actually, depending on what you're watching this on, of course, if you're watching this on your phone, then obviously you can't scan a QR code because it's already there. But if you're watching this like on a TV or a monitor, if you scan that QR code, it'll take you straight to the Nerd 901 website for Extra Life. We're raising money for Lebanon Children's Hospital. And even though technically I will not physically be there, I will be there in spirit. I'll probably be in the chat off and on throughout the day. It's going to be a 12-hour stream, which is going to be pretty damn fun, I think. They'll be playing all sorts of games like Mario Kart, Mario Party, Nidhogg, Ultimate Chicken Horse, Spider Heck, mostly games where like a bunch of people can play at once. And just, tripping and having fun, and there's going to be all kinds of little incentives and stuff like that. $5 you can, make someone eat a nasty bean, or like the little nasty bamboozle jelly beans. You can make people do push-ups or squats, or make them spin the wheel of pain and or fun. There's even one where you can get one of the guys there to have his wife slap the shit out of him, which is always hilarious. And I say that as someone who loves him dearly. And also one of the incentives is for me, I will draw you a picture. So, and it'll be a good picture because I'm actually, quite the decent artist.
How does Nick ever get slapped? It's always Adam.
Because I think if his wife slapped him, she would. I love his wife to death. She would sleep, dude. Yeah. Dude, that night. It would be night. Like just like you ever watch some UFC fights where someone gets knocked out and like their feet just go completely straight. Like they feet, like their legs like go stiff and like the legs be like that. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, he would be gone. Like, oh no, remember those the slap fights? Yeah, like where dude get caught upside the head, just go straight down. That's what it would be like. Yeah, so I think it's for the best if Nick just takes the eggs. He takes the egg to the face. But yeah, once again, those are going to be going on tomorrow. And like I said, I don't remember the exact start time. Oh, here it is. It's going to be 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, I want you to know that is Central. That is 10 a.m. Central. So, yeah. It would be, so for anyone on the East Coast, that would be like 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. If you're on Pacific, you can figure that out for yourself. I don't know. But yeah, that is that. So I just want to make sure I put that out there for y'all, so you'll know. But make sure to go. Hey Carter, could you put the link in the chat for me, if you would be so kind?
Yeah.
For the Twitch channel. And I'll pin it once that's done. But yeah, that's what's going on. That said, we can go ahead and start getting into questions from the Discord.
I already got one question. I already got one question here. Just put it in the chat for you to pin. We actually had 1, 2, 3. We got 4 questions in the Discord. Don't y'all try to add like 6 or 7 more. So this first question is actually from last week from I Cower Over Nothing. Now this is a question for you, Blerd. Are you still boycotting the WWE? Is AEW still doing it for you? I know a lot of people have been kind of clowning AEW just because of their events barely filling up arenas and things like that. But where are you at with WWE and AEW right now?
I still like AEW a lot. I mean, if I have a preference over what I would rather watch, I would probably pick AEW over WWE any day of the week. It's not even so much that like I don't go out of my way to watch WWE. Like if it's on, but like ever so often, like my wife, she'll have it on, like just, and when she does, it's just background noise. Like she might put on like a random Raw or, something like that. And I'm just like, I'm not going to lie to you. Wrestling right now has been in a very weird place for me.
Okay.
And WWE especially, because I just don't like anything they're doing. Like, it's just like, this is boring. Like, I feel like ever so often they'll do something that I think is pretty cool, but like, it's like, you know what it is? If something cool happens on WWE, it's the bug, not the feature. It's like some random thing that probably wasn't even supposed to be good. But that said, that's just kind of where I'm at on W. And I'll also be clear too, whereas AEW has been able to like fill stadiums and stuff, WWE ain't filling them up either. So, they do the same shit. They have to cover up seats just like everybody else does. It just is what it is. So, I think I will say I think AEW is worse at hiding it than WWE is. But yeah, take that how you want.
Okay. All right. Next question we got here is from Trap God Thanos, because of course it is, saying, "Good evening, Carter and Ernie. My question today is, who do you think is the best new artist of 2023? Either one you haven't heard of before or someone completely new. For me, it's easy. I have to go with Federico Vincentini, who is the artist on the Miles book. Side note, if you're tired of that struggling broke white man trope, come through for this book. This brother has the best dynamic action in comics right now. He is insane. Miles is Mortal Kombat X-Ring, motherfuckers, and it is dope. He must be putting his whole ass foot in this comic like I'm gonna put my whole foot in y'all ass if those motherfucking likes don't start going up. I appreciate it.
I like Federico. He is very good, very good. Matter of fact, the art on that Miles book is A1. All day, every day. As far as artists go, though, for me, I would say, man, that's actually a tough one, because I feel like it's going to be some of the same people that are going to come up every time, like your Marco Cicchettos, your Jorge Jimenez's, your oh god, why am I blanking on this? Your Pepe Larraz's, so on and so forth. Those are a lot of the people that I am very fond of when it comes to art. I will also say, and I have become a huge fan of Joshua Cassara, who, for those who not keeping up, is currently the artist for X-Men with Jerry Duggan. His artist, and I think a lot of it too is because, not to say our art styles are the same, but like the method and madness behind his art is very similar to, at least in my opinion, of my art. And I think that's also another reason why I probably really like his stuff. But no, I would definitely say Joshua Cassara is definitely that dude for me right now.
So it's a tie for me.
Okay.
Because I just cannot decide between these two. So it would, without question, be Marco Cicchetto. I've always been a fan of his, but that Daredevil run just looked great each and every time you saw it. And another one is going to be one I have talked about on here ad nauseum. It's going to be Pepe Larraz.
Oh yeah, every time.
Like every time. So yeah,
dude don't miss.
He does not.
Dude don't miss.
Even with the quality of the writing in the book, the art is still going to be A1. So,
I tell you what, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of how comics used to be in the 90s. Like, you were more likely to read a bad book because it had good art.
Absolutely.
Like, I remember, because back in the day when I was a kid, I bought a lot of books that were hot trash, but I liked it because like they had good art. Like, I'll throw you, what was it? A lot of early Image books had terrible writing, but the art was A1. I mean, shit. Hell, I made up my own story half the time to what was going on to the pictures. I didn't even have to read the shit. I'm like, nah, this story is wild trash, but like I'm gonna make up my own shit in my head, and that's what this is gonna be.
Yeah. Okay then. Next question.
Yes, sir.
From the Cyborg JWR 2.0 saying, good afternoon, Blerd Nation. Hope y'all got in your holiday shopping. I'm doing mine next week. My favorite moment in comics from 2023 is still Miles Morales getting a sword and turning into Cool Bar from YuYu Hakusho. What's y'all's favorite oh shit moment from a comic you've read this year?
Ooh, man.
Oh, wow. Ooh, fuck.
You know what? Even though my opinion of this comic has kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
That what was it? Batman 900.
Okay.
With all the different, Batmen from across the multiverse all being Batman of Zur-En-Arr.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that I did not expect. That was actually like the story that surrounds that moment. I still personally feel was not great.
Mm-hmm.
I think what was it? It was Batman number 135, but technically its legacy number is 900. But like, this right here, this shot right here, I did not expect to see that at all. So that is that was a wild ass page to end a comic on, to me personally. What do you got, Carter?
Man, honestly, just off the top of my head right now, I'll keep things Marvel. And I would have to say everyone finding out about Colossus, because that was a plot thread I thought we would not get back to, just because of everything that was going on outside of comic books with the Ukraine and all that stuff. I did not think we would ever see anything mentioned about that plot point. So when everybody pretty much finds out the Colossus and Mikhail shenanigans, it was just like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders, because that is a serious thing that is happening, and we got a lot of other serious things going on right now. But at some point, I'm gonna need to hear something. And for me, it was when everybody finally found out, for sure.
Oh no, 100%. Let's see what else.
Okay.
What else we got?
We got another one here from the homie Melvin saying, "What's good, my people and non-earthly beings of Blerd Koa? Hope all is well. Here's the question: What are you? Oh, we already talked about this. What are our thoughts on the trailer for the American Society of Magical Negroes? I have to say, I am high key disappointed. Now, if you excuse me, I got a 41st birthday coming up on the 18th. Happy birthday, my guy! Thanks for the shout out and have a blessed one. And
happy birthday."
Get those likes up. Hashtag get well quickly, Ernie. And into that one, I actually want to get into a $2 super chat you got from the homie Melvin saying to get well quickly as
we sure do. Yeah, it's like, dude. Also, real talk. Dude. So we're like 8 days. Yeah, we're like 8 days. We're like 8 days apart on birthdays. That is wild. That is wild. Happy birthday.
Last question from the Discord is from Ed Boy in the Cut, who can never not pull out in guts. What are you all looking for in the new Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Black Panther books? They are fast approaching and my excitement is giddy. I know I want more fantasy in the Ultimate Black Panther book. Mine is going to be really, really quick. Ultimate Spider-Man, to be completely honest, even though he has the family, kids, I could give a shit. Ultimate Black Panther, I'm excited about with the Khonshu stuff, and because of who's writing it. Because Brian Hill, I'm enjoying his Blade run, even though this recent issue was kind of but I mean, you miss every shot you don't take. So that's where I'm at right now. I don't care about Black Panther, but I I don't care about main Marvel Black Panther right now. It hadn't really gripped me, but because of Bryan Hill's Blade, I'm willing to give the Ultimate Run a try. And the stuff that they're trying to do with Black Panther versus Khonshu, I'm really interested in seeing how he's going to spin and maneuver that. What about you, Ernie? You're muted.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. I had to cover up my nose sounds.
Yeah.
But no, I don't give a shit about either one. I just don't. I can't make myself care. I'll probably check out the Black Panther one just out of sheer curiosity, but
Yep.
I third generation don't give a fuck about the Ultimate Universe. Like that shit aged like milk. And I know this is technically supposed to be like a new Ultimate Universe, so maybe not having some of those problematic elements that the original one had, but still, I don't know. I just don't care. I could care less about the new Ultimate Universe or whatever. Like it's something that it was something that on paper sounded pretty cool when I thought that it was going to be like a one and done deal, but now there's like they're trying to, oh no, we're bringing it back. It's like, nah, I'm good. Y'all could have left that shit where it was. I don't need it. Let's move on. And you know what I'll also say too is because while yes, I can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time, I can enjoy two different versions of Black Panther. If that first issue don't hit, then I'm gonna just stick with the Evil Ewing stuff I already got. Like,
okay.
I'm gonna stick with that because I like that.
All right.
But let's jump into questions from the chat.
Alrighty. I'm actually seeing one from the homie Melvin that's more in your area of expertise. He's asking what are some fantasy comics or graphic novels that you can recommend, because he has a fix for fantasy right now. Do not say once in future.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, okay. ElfQuest.
I've never heard of that one. Okay.
Yeah, ElfQuest. So for those that don't know, this is a comic that, God, this comic started like years ago. It's now. Here's the thing though. ElfQuest is high fucking fantasy. Like when I say like okay, so for those that don't know, like ElfQuest used to be at Marvel at one point in time, and then it kind of like jumped over to I think it's a Dark Horse now. I don't really rightfully remember. I would say yeah. Now here's the thing about ElfQuest though. ElfQuest gets wild. And why by wild I say that it was doing shit in their comics that people complain about happening in their comics today. There's love triangles. There are people just getting it on with each other and all kinds of crazy shit. But there's also a story in all that. And like I don't know, your mileage may vary with it. Me personally, I thoroughly enjoy the. I haven't read any of the more recent ones. But yeah, I will definitely say as far as like the early days stuff, I really liked it. Like it because I mean you basically had what was effectively a story about a group of people. The elves themselves were I don't know if it's an unfair thing to say, but they were almost kind of modeled off of Native American people, indigenous people. Not so much exactly in the look, but just their societal structure was very much kind of similar to that. But for those that don't know what I'm talking about, this is that so it was Dark Horse Comics. That is ElfQuest, more or less. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's a solid ass story. And if that's not your jam, Red Sonja. Red Sonja is also a very good series.
I never thought about Red Sonja being fucking fantasy.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fantasy. Yeah, I mean it's like medieval.
I never thought about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Red
never
Sonja is
thought about
medieval
that.
fantasy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Red Sonja, you get and there's in Red Sonja there's I guess in a roundabout way you get a little bit of magic from time to time. It's not usually like the focus of anything. But Red Sonja is as solid a series. And I would actually say if you want to read Red Sonja, I would actually recommend you start with the Gail Simone. The Gail Simone Red Sonja. That is I would actually probably say my personal I would actually say that's my personal favorite of the entire thing. Like and it's not to say that anyone who came after Gail Simone doesn't write Red Sonja as good. It's just that's just what it is. It's that is my preferred Red Sonja. There were even people who wrote it, when they kind of rebooted Red Sonja. There was someone else who came in before that wrote it pretty damn good that I also really liked. But so far, Gail Simone for me has been the one to beat. As far as all that goes. So yeah. So there's that. I'm gonna go back because we actually got some questions from before that I don't want to miss. And I had them in front of me, and I have now lost them. Wait. I found them. Here's one from Bill. Says, question: by the end of Dead X-Men, alongside the solicit of Free Comic Book Day 2024's Blood Hunt / X-Men issue, what will Jubilee find out as to why mutants can't go home? And yes, Armor's in the Dead X-Men preview. Cool. All right. So I was right. I wasn't just assuming that a random Asian woman was an Asian woman. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, 'cause I feel like that's one of those things, honestly, that I wouldn't even know where to start until like I actually started reading the comic itself. But if I had to hazard a guess, I mean, we know one of the reasons they can't go home is because Krakoa itself is there. It's not gone. I honestly have no real actual idea. I feel like that's too far along for anyone to be looking at. But I mean, yeah, if there's any one thing, I would say probably because Krakoa is maybe inert by that point. That could potentially be a thing. But that's the only thing I could imagine. Let's see. Next one will be YTube Noob says, question: have you seen Comic Historian's video on Status Quo in comics? No, I actually don't watch Comic Historian very often. Also, live action Yu Hakusho doesn't live up to the anime. Well, I mean, also, I could have told you that it was not, because live action and anime are two completely different genres. And if you expect the live action to be exactly the same, you are only setting yourself up for failure.
Apparently, the fight scenes are the best part. Apparently, the fight scenes in the live action are brutal. Like, brutal.
Yeah.
But I did hear that they like squeezed up like several different things into those 5 episodes that people were complaining about. I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah. I was about to start watching it yesterday, but I felt so terrible that I just didn't want to watch anything. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it later today. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like, and I don't know how many times I have to say this, but I just wish people would stop making live action adaptations of anime, because even like, I feel like when they are done, people can't divorce themselves of the notion that this is not going to be exactly like the anime. Like, anime has this weird like tone to it that looks weird in live action. And we know it looks weird in live action because we have literally seen it. Like, that's one of the key reasons I don't hate the live action One Piece, but it's something I don't ever care to watch again. because like it's like there are moments where you could tell they're literally trying to recreate something specific from the anime and or manga, and it's like it doesn't translate well to live action, much less being live action and in English. It just is what it is. And this is coming from a guy who is a longtime tokusatsu fan, which, for those who don't know, tokusatsu is basically live action anime. Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, they literally do shit that anime does. Like, they have the moments where, like, one of the characters is like, and then passes out or gets the teardrop or, like, the weird, like, you know, fucking seize up moment or whatever, the nani moment, all that shit. They do that shit in that, too, because it's not even really such an anime thing. It's just a Japanese thing. But I've watched that shit for so long that I'm just kind of numb to it at this point. But, like, I will definitely say every so often it happens. I'm just kind of like, ooh, man, it's kind of cringe. It just is what it is. I think it's easier for us to ignore it when they are in their native. And that might actually be why I'm able to ignore it, is because if it's in Japanese, I won't notice it because I don't speak Japanese. I don't really even comprehend Japanese. So I don't have an ability to discern whether or not what I'm witnessing is bad acting or not by Japanese standards. And I think it's kind of the same for everybody else. I think that's why a lot of times people are always like so forgiving of bad acting in Japanese. But, you know, hey, take that how you want to. But this one, I will say, YuYu Hakusho was not made by Netflix. So don't blame Netflix.
All
right. Here's one from Jerome. I'm just doing these as I see them because I don't want to take new ones when we have old ones.
I think this is what, number 4?
No, this is number 3.
Was this 3? Okay,
this is only number 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you jumped way ahead. There were some like way back. So I was trying to go back and get the ones that we missed. But we got one here from Jerome. It says, in Children of the Vault number 4, from her vision, Seraphina warns Cable and Bishop of an unthinkable horror coming for humanity and the X-Men. What threat was she referring to? That was the Dominion.
And you did a video on that one, am I correct?
Did a video on it. Did a video on it. That's why I can just say Dominion. That was the big thing that was being teased going all the way back to like Sins of Sinister. I mean, she was probably also referring to the Phalanx as well, because that will also be a part of it. But yeah, that she was talking about Dominion. And then we got Splosh here with the questions. What happened to Abigail Brand being imprisoned by the OG Fisher King? They killed him off before that plot line went anywhere. Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm sure we'll get some maybe passing mention of it in Dead X-Men, but yeah, that was one of those I kind of feel like that story just kind of got left on the cutting room floor. Sadly. Very sadly. Let's see here.
Here's
what's
that? I went down past that one. The one you just read. It's one from Tube is the one saying, I'll ask one of these because it's 2 questions. Do you think, I think this is the better one. Do you think that they should give Prodigy some kind of weapon to help compensate for his non-combat powers?
I don't think he needs one.
Now, just as a refresher to everybody who don't know, do you want to tell them what Prodigy's power is?
Prodigy has all knowledge that anyone standing next to him has. So that could be combat knowledge. It could be how to cook a perfect souffle. It could be how another person wipes their ass. It could be how to break a person's bones with the least amount of pressure. It could be anything really. That is Prodigy's ability.
So if this was somebody that was standing next to Taskmaster,
yes,
would he really need some kind of weapon to compensate for his non-combat powers?
No, he would not. As long as what he's doing doesn't require a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And if he had said weapon, then it wouldn't matter one way or the other. I will also say too, because I feel kind of bad because some of the questions were some I really couldn't even answer per se.
Yeah, I did see some of those too. Because one of those I could only answer because I've seen that anime.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think one of these we kind of already answered. Well, we can't really answer because we haven't seen, we haven't watched it yet. Let's see here. I'm looking around just some more. I'll answer this one. Dolls OK Williams says, this might be dumb, but does Havoc know he's dead? Probably not. I think he's aware that something's not right, but I'm under the impression he doesn't know. At least
I wouldn't say that was a dumb question. That boy is so up Maddie's ass. She could tell him. Let me not. We just. He probably don't. Don't.
Nah, I don't think he knows.
Something is afoot. Something is happening.
Yes, a game is the foot. That's all he knows.
Go ahead and,
let's
knock out these super chats.
Yeah, we're gonna go through super chats here. We got one from Walter Baptiste. Says, finally caught the live version of the cave. I hope you all are doing well and are ready for the holidays. Blerd, I caught the tail end of your stream this week, and I'm happy to see y'all shine. Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for that.
And thank you for the Canadian
9 super chat.
I tried when he said he was sick. I was trying to save him from doing that because I didn't know what sick meant. Throat hurting, head hurting, what? So I just did that.
It is a little bit of everything. Also, this one is from the homie Robo. Also can be found not only on leftface or actually rather on twitch.tv/leftface, but also can be found on here on the Nerds of Culture stream every Thursday. It says, "Hey, Beta, what's good, Ernie Carter and Blerd Co-op? Man, you know, we're just doing our thing." Oh man,
and we got another super chat here from Nerd Large saying, "Good day, Blerdopolis."
Wow,
I like that Blerdopolis. I like that. With the animated Black Panther series coming to Disney Plus, being a sequel of sorts, what do y'all think of the next Black Panther MCU movie also being a prequel?
9 super chat.
All right, what do you think?
There you go. I will say that I'm okay with it. It's that is fine. I know some people don't like it. I know I got into it with some people on Twitter about this. There were some people who were mad at the notion of the title of Black Panther being a mantle, which is kind of funny considering that it is a mantle in the comics. It is a symbol of office. But there were some people who were kind of in their feelings about it. And I feel like all it does is bring up the recast T'Challa debate, and I honestly don't care to have it. It's one of those things that, look, I am not going to tell $1 billion company what to do with their money. They're going to do what they want, and I'll just be happy to get what I can get. It's not like, it's not like anyone else is making, Black Panther or anything. And it's like, if I want T'Challa, I have plenty of comics to read to give me exactly that. I feel like people just are too demanding of stuff like that. It's like, it is what it is. That said, I personally think that it could be nothing but good. Expand the world of Wakanda. Focus on something that people want to know more about. And if that means going into the past, then I'm all for it. It's not like there haven't been dozens of Black Panthers before T'Challa.
Here's a question I wanted your opinion on because you're reading that.
What is?
So there was a question from Julia Rowan. I have a question. What do you, because you read more of it than I have, what do you think of Tom King's Wonder Woman run? As a Wonder Woman fan, I'm curious about it. If it's as good as Phil Jimenez's run and Perez, where would you hold it? Because you've read a lot more Wonder Woman than me. Mine is bits and pieces, few and far between, and Dead Earth. So with you reading King's run and with how you feel about that book, does it compare? Or is it not there yet? What do you think?
I like it a lot.
Would you say it was up there with Phil Jimenez and George Perez?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, but for different reasons. Okay. I mean, we're only, I think, what, 3 or 4, I think it's only like 3 or 4 issues in.
Mhm.
I've enjoyed everything I've seen of it so far. I definitely think it probably touches on some things that people aren't comfortable with. It touches on patriarchy, toxic masculinity, anti-feminism, and probably a laundry list of other things I can't think of off the top of my head at this precise moment. But I've enjoyed every issue that has come out thus far. I have found I will say this: the supplemental stuff, like the Amazon's Attack book, I'm not as interested in, but just the core Wonder Woman title, I am very interested in.
Yeah.
And the fact that it makes Manosphere chuds angry is probably just a bonus. If I just, had to throw out another shining quality of the book.
Okay.
But I do have videos out on it, so my if you want more in depth on my opinion of it, I've literally done a video for each issue of Wonder Woman that has come out so far. So
yeah.
I may have even just repeated some shit that I said from a video, not even realizing it, more or less. Let's see here. Wait. Oh, yeah. Technically, this one was before a lot of those other ones, so I'm actually going to read this one, too, because like I said, we kind of skipped around all over the place. Let's see. Marvel Enthusiast says, have you heard a manga story called Elfin Light? Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Will be cool if it were the same world, Marvel.
I wasn't even gonna read that question because now he just spamming it in the chat. Don't forget my question. Don't forget my question. Don't forget my question. I just literally put it in the chat like Ernie hadn't seen it. So
yeah, I was like, well, I mean, it is what it is.
Here's the deal.
Yeah. Carry on.
I've seen it, read it. Would that be cool if it was in the same Marvel universe? No,
I wouldn't want it to be.
No.
I mean, honestly, Elfin Light's one of those things was kind of like, it was a thing. It existed. I don't care about it as much as probably other people do.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Naked anime waifu girl just slaughtering people with Jean Grey mind powers. No.
Not gonna lie, I would rather play Control.
Yeah.
That's what I would. Yeah, I would rather replay Control. That would be a better usage of my time than. Like, Elfen Light was one of those things when it first came out, and I was like, just gaga for anime. Like, I was like, oh, dude, this is so badass. And like, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, it's okay.
It's funny that Robo had to actually mod for a second, which is very strange for him because he don't know how to do that. But he had to mod for a sec to tell this dude in the politest way possible to sit down somewhere. Because all he said was, breathe, homie. And I could hear him when I read it, which made me mad because I've been around Robo too goddamn long now. If I could hear him when I read what he says, but yeah, that was the nicest way I've seen somebody just like, bro, sit your head down, please. But there you go, your question got asked. But do you think that's the show?
That's the show.
Okay,
that's the show. I'm my medicine is starting to wear off, and I have to go re-up, and I can tell.
Don't make yourself sound like a goddamn drug lord. What are you going to be doing? Are you got anything you want? You got any updates for us?
Yeah, I guess, so some of you can probably see it over here. Here, I'll give myself the one just for a moment. You see all these books here? These are all those are all Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hardcover collections. I actually when I was recording the other videos that I put out this week, and I do still have one more I gotta finish before I can move on to it, but I do plan on releasing a primer for those who are interested in getting into the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I really like that series. I'm actually on No. I'm actually on book 6 right now out of the 15 that are currently available. I think the 16th one won't be available until like June of next year, but so far, very good, very solid series.
Is any of that, is that City Fall?
City Fall was in this one, I think.
Okay.
I think it was in this one.
Okay, that's where I left off.
Okay. Yeah, City Fall is wild. City Fall is...
I meant to ask you about it, but I didn't know how much you had read yet.
Oh, yeah, no, City Fall is crazy. But yeah, it's... I have become a huge fan of the IDW Turtles, and just the further along it goes, the more and more and more I become a fan. Old Hob is easily my favorite character out of all of it, because that motherfucker just don't care every time. I also appreciate every time you see Old Hob in a panel, that motherfucker always got a pistol in his hands. I'm over, like, I know we joked about it before, but there was one part where I was looking at a random panel, and he literally was clicking the pistol in the panel. I was like, bruh. I was like, dude, this guy is out of pocket. This man, he either has a pistol, an AK, or something on his person.
For everyone that doesn't know, Old Hob is a cat.
Yeah.
He's just a cat that was in the same experiments that the turtles were in. So
yep.
this is just an unhinged Tom from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, like literally, like this is here. I'm gonna move this so y'all can actually see it. But yeah, this or actually here, let me see if I can actually move here. Let's see if I zoom it in.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that
thing on him at all times.
Old Hob, he stays with the pistol. That man does not care. Like old Hob keeps the blicky on him at all times. Look, he got this man got a fully automatic assault rifle just chilling. The Old Hob ain't shit. I love him. I love him for it.
That'd be a Crunk Pet Avengers with the Frank Castle's cat just strapped to the gear.
Man, right? Look, now you want to talk about something crossing over into Marvel. Shit. Man, dude, imagine Throg. All right, you got Throg, you got Alligator Loki, you got Lockjaw, you got I'm blanking on any of the other ones. You got Pizza. Yeah, you got Pizza Dog, and right next to him, you got this motherfucker. Oh God. Anyway, yeah,
that is the show.
That is the show. Yes, that is the show. I love you all. Yes.
For the rather sickly Blerd Without Fear, my name is Carter, and I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Please be sure to keep an eye out on Blerd's channel for any and all videos that he will be dropping. I guess you could keep an eye out for Left Face's channel if you really just in dire need like that. I would rather you stay over this way when he's on the Nerds of Culture, whenever they give you all announcements of when the next Nerds of Culture stream is going to go live, and just videos for the boy Blerd. Me, mind your business. Mind your business. I'm working on stuff. I am actually working on stuff for you all. Just leave me alone for a second. But again, that is it. That is us. All you people that are not fans of Old Hob, you can go to hell.
Bye.